For polar curves, we have discussed in the previous class also that we have two coordinates, one is r, one is theta. So your curve would be defined something like this: r is equal to some function of theta, where you know what is the relation between Cartesian and polar coordinates, that is x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. So that means both this x and y, that is a function of r and theta. So this is known using these relations.
पेज चेंज बहुत
हाँ जी
मैम
So here we were discussing about the polar curves. In polar curves, we know we have two coordinates, one is r, one is theta, and the relationship between the Cartesian coordinates and these polar coordinates r and theta, that is given using these expressions. So from here we can calculate what is dx upon d theta, and we can calculate what is dy upon d theta. So what we have to do, you have to differentiate this quantity with respect to theta. So now r is a function of theta as well. R is a function of theta. So that means when you differentiate with respect to theta and r, so you have to apply the product rule here, because r is a function of theta and theta itself is a function of theta. So firstly we'll keep r as such, the derivative of cos theta, that is minus sin theta, and then we'll take the derivative of r, that would be dr by d theta, and then cos theta as such. Similarly here r is a function of theta, sine is a function of theta, sine theta is obviously a function of theta. So here first function as such, the derivative of sine theta is cos theta, and then the derivative of r would be dr by d theta, and then sine theta as such. So these two terms we obtain. So what would be dy upon dx?
मैम
वॉइस क्लियर ही नहीं आ रही.
So we have to calculate this dy upon dx, so which is calculated using dy by d theta and dx by d theta. So we have this dx by d theta and dy by d theta with us. We can substitute the values here. So this goes here, this goes here. And similarly we can find the double derivative. The double derivative is calculated by taking the derivative of this term. So it would be this after simplification, where what is this r1 and r2? This r1 is dr by d theta and this r2 is d2r by d theta 2. So I have skipped a lot of calculation here in this step, so you could verify this by yourself. How can you take the derivative of this term? This dy upon d theta, that is a function of r and theta, and we are taking its derivative with respect to theta. So we have to change this parameter. You have to write d theta here and d theta here. So it would be after calculation this particular term. So once you have the
मैम
first,
पेज नहीं दिखा रहा.
okay. So the formula for this radius of curvature when you have polar curve, for Cartesian curve it was this one. For polar curves we have evaluated this derivative and this derivative. So I am just substituting this value here and this value here that I have calculated. And after simplification, a lot of simplification would be done here. So after simplification, your curve would finally be r square plus r1 square the whole raised to power 3 by 2 divided by r square plus 2r1 square minus rr2, where this r1 is dr by d theta and this r2 is the double derivative of this r with respect to theta. So this formula you have to remember for calculations, right? So let us have a look at one question. Suppose we are given this curve cardioid, which we have traced in the previous class. So this r is equal to a1 minus cos theta. So they are saying we have to show the square of the radius of curvature. So if radius of curvature is given by rho, the square of radius of curvature bears a constant ratio to the radius vector. So the radius is represented by r, so this ratio is constant. That we have to show. For that our curve is given to be r is equal to a 1 minus cos theta So firstly, we will calculate R1 and R2. That means the first derivative of R with respect to theta and the second derivative of R with respect to theta. So A would be constant, 1, the derivative of 1 would be 0, the derivative of minus cos theta would be minus sine theta. So that would be sine theta. And then we have the double derivative of this quantity. So A as such, and then the derivative of sine theta would be cos theta. So we have R1 and R2. So what is the radius of curvature? The radius of curvature is given using this relation. So we substitute the value of R given in question, the value of R1 that we have just calculated, again the value of R, R1, R and R2, right? So after substituting all these values here, and you can simplify it a bit, we can open up all the brackets. So we have a square plus a square cos square theta in this term, and then in the denominator also we can open up all the brackets. So you see this term and this term, they give you a square. So 1a square is here. If you take a square common from there, or in fact you can take 2a square common, so you would be having cos square theta plus sine square theta, that is equivalent to 1. And then this term and this term, that will make this minus 3a square cos theta. So now you know what is this value, 1 minus cos theta. We are given R is equal to a 1 minus cos theta. This is given to you in the question. So now what is the value of this 1 minus cos theta? It is R by A. So I have just replaced this 1 minus cos theta with R by A and 2a square as such, right? And then we have this these both terms, they combine, it becomes 3a square and then 1 minus cos of theta. Again we can write the value of 1 minus cos theta as R by A. You could simplify a bit, and after simplification you would have this term. So what you can do, you can square both sides, because we were looking for this rho square by R term. So we have to calculate its value. So we can square both sides. So we have something like this, and you can shift this R to the left hand side. So you'll be having this is equal to 8a upon 9, which is a constant quantity. So this is what we were intended to show. So we have proved what was asked in the question using this radius of curvature for polar curves. So next I have one question for you. You can try this by yourself. In this question, the curve is given to be R square is equal to a square cos 2 theta. You have to calculate the radius of curvature for this curve, and you have to show that it is inversely proportional to radius vector. So that means you would have some radius of curvature. This would be some quantity here. Here you would have some constants divided by R. So you could then write this rho to be inversely proportional to R. So this you can try by yourself.